What is up, guys? Diversity Double Shot here, and today I'm going to be talking with you guys about Avengers Infinity War and who will die in these movies. Now, if you guys have your own opinions on this, be sure to put them down in the comment section below. If you like my video, leave a like. If you want to check out my channel and see more Marvel content, be sure to do that and also subscribe. But I'm going to be focusing on the characters that are going to be permanently dead by the end of both of these movies, because it is very likely for characters in these movies to actually be killed and then brought back to life using the power of the Infinity Stones or something like that. So I'm going to be talking about the ones that will be permanently dead at the end of these two movies. So let's go ahead and jump right on into my list. Now, the first character on my list is Iron Man. And now, even though I love Iron Man as a character, and Robert Downey Jr. plays a great Iron Man character, and he also essentially created the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole, I think that it is about time for him to go. Now, the reasoning behind that is multiple reasons, and the details definitely do support it. So, it costs Marvel or Disney a lot of money to put Robert Downey Jr. in the Iron Man suit, and it just keeps going up every single time. I believe the first Avengers movie was around $50 million, and then the Iron Man 3 movie was $75 million, and there are rumors that it is costing them $200 million for him to play in the Infinity War. So it's definitely a big check for him playing the Iron Man character, and it costs Disney a lot of money. Now, not saying Disney doesn't want to pay that, but also Robert Downey Jr. is getting old. I believe he's going to be 51, and he has mentioned, hanging up the Iron Man suit and, retiring and going to spend time with his wife and his kids. So I feel like we already have seen the character Tony Stark kind of make sacrifices for the Avengers, going through that wormhole and seeing all these crazy visions. So I definitely think that it is possible for him to do some type of, all or nothing team sacrifice where he sacrifices himself to save everybody or something like that. So I think that would be, something very heroic for him to do, and I feel like it would be a good arc for him to die in these, once-in-a-lifetime movies that are coming out. So the second character that I'm going to talk about is Captain America. Now, even though Captain America is a great character and Chris Evans does a phenomenal job playing him, I definitely think that it's a good arc for Captain America to die as well. Now, the same reasoning applies as Iron Man, because it costs a decent amount of money, not as much as Iron Man, but a good amount of money to put Chris Evans in the Captain America suit. And not saying that Disney doesn't want to pay that, but also, I've watched a lot of interviews where Chris Evans essentially talks about, retiring and being a director of movies. So maybe he stops playing the Captain America character and Falcon gets the costume and gets to play Captain America, just like in the comics, because that is exactly what happened. In Civil War, Captain America died, and then Falcon actually put the Captain America suit on and just had his Falcon wings and the Captain America suit and shield. So it is a very strong possibility that Marvel will go that route, but I definitely think that it'd be a good arc for Captain America to essentially die, or Chris Evans as the character, just because he essentially wants to move on to different things. Now, the next character that I have to say is Hawkeye. The reason why I say Hawkeye is because Hawkeye kind of floated around as a, normal character. He was nothing too special. He was a cool character. But then when we found out that he had a wife and kids, everything got to be very, meaty, essentially, very mushy for him. Because, if he dies, then his wife and his kids are going to be there, and he's not going to be able to have his, family man time. And he was essentially portrayed as the family man. So I feel like it would definitely hit audiences home if he was to have some, tragic death where he's on the floor with his hand up, saying some crazy lines or something like that. It would definitely, take everybody out of their situation and kind of put them in theirs, and, we'll just think, wow, he's not going to be able to see his family again, that kind of, hurts a lot. So it would definitely have some feelings in the movie theaters. Also, Drax is the next character that I want to say, because I feel like the rest of the Guardians of the Galaxy are fine, but Drax is definitely one that could definitely die in these movies. The reason being is because he's he's very cocky, essentially. He wanted to kill Ronan because, you know, he needed the revenge for his family, but then afterwards he said, Ronan was nothing, I want to kill Thanos now. And in the comics, Thanos crushed Drax, or at least the ones that I've actually read, and I just feel like Drax is very power hungry, and he just wants to, he has that bloodlust, essentially, to kill Thanos, and he'll probably rush in and not realize that Thanos has all these, you know, powers on all these on this gauntlet, all these stones and all this stuff. He's not going to realize that he shouldn't be running in there and, you know, necessarily trying to take the first swing. So I feel like he's going to be one of the first to die in the, you know, end battle or whatever they fight Thanos. Also, Vision. Now, I'm questioning whether or not Vision will be able to be brought back to life or be permanently dead. I'm not sure. But I definitely feel like Vision's going to die at some point. Whether or not he comes back to life, that's not confirmed or anything like that. Because for all we know, once that Infinity Stone comes out of his head, it's over. You know, it's all Dunners. He's not going to be able to be made again or anything like that. But they could also go the route of, you know, the stone could be taken and he could just, you know, his body could just be sitting around somewhere on a shelf. And once the stone goes back in it, then he's back to normal. So I'm not sure, but I definitely feel like Vision is going to die in the movie. Whether or not it's permanently or not, I'm not sure. And the last character is Nick Fury. So Nick Fury was not in the last Avengers movie, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that real fast. I don't necessarily know why he wasn't, but he was definitely in Winter Soldier. That was the last movie that we actually saw him in when S.H.I.E.L.D. fell, and, you know, he almost died, essentially. So Nick Fury coming back is a possibility, but I know that Samuel Jackson has mentioned, you know, wanting to move on and do other movies and not be in his contract, although his contract does have these 2 movies in it. So whether or not he's going to, you know, get out of his contract or whether or not he's going to play the character, either way, I'm pretty sure that the Nick Fury character is going to die in these movies. I don't know essentially how, but I just have a strong feeling that the character will die. So those are my picks for the characters that I think are going to die. I pretty much think everybody else is safe. There could be a couple other honorable mentions, somebody like Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is a very possible character, but I feel like she has more power than she knows, so that's why I didn't include her in there. And Black Widow is questionable as well. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching these videos. If you liked them, definitely be sure to leave a like. If you want to check out some of my other Marvel content on my channel, feel free to do that. And if you guys, like I said, have your own opinions, put them down in the comment section below. But thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace. Send me an angel.